Are Khemrian Warsphinxes even more adorable in patch 6.3.1? Well, they've been extra outstanding for a while now. You just need to have an eye on their shortcomings and play to their strengths, which means dangling a fuzzy thing somewhere in front of them and making them charge through hundreds of Skaven slaves to play with. Sounds fun? It is. Recruited for oversized balls of yarn. Costed $19.50 in multiplayer, each comes in at 9,652 health on Ultra unit scale. Armor is 95, not the absolute top tier, but pretty up there. No special resistances, stock. Leadership 60 is far from terrible for a construct unit. Speed 68 and charge speed 100 is a lot like Cold One Riders actually. Get used to seeing it as a chariot on 4 legs. It's actually a lot like that. Melee attack begins at 38. Lords with mounts benefit a lot from their skills and items. For units, it is a different path. Attack interval 4 seconds is as standard, splash like size is large, like dragons, and that means trolls on down will dilute damage, and that means spreading it around, not reducing it. Max targets actually damaged by splash attacks is 5. And it is very important to note that the Warkitty has collision attacks during its charging animation, so until it fully stops that, it will do collision attacks on entities in the way, and this is completely independent of the melee splash figure. Maximizing the use of the Warsphinx means maximizing charges. Melee defense starts at 38, not the best and far from the worst. It's pretty good. Weapon strength comes at 480, split base 140, and armor piercing 340, with a bonus versus infantry of 15, which means melee attack is 53 versus infantry at rank 0. So it's a lot like a Stegodon in terms of the base attack and the bonus, and hits like an ancient Stegodon in terms of the damage. Charge bonus is 64, and mass is 5500. So even when collision attacks are not involved, the charge bonus is pretty high, therefore charging is a really good idea for the unit. There is a missile attack, and indeed this is treated as a missile monster, but it's an auto attack and you have no control over it. I run one of my demos of the kitty running ahead of shieldless clan rats doing nothing but the ranged attack for a while. Obviously, crushing a bunch would help. So consider the ranged attack to be added damage. It helps, it's there, you don't have to think about it. The character mount version does not have this attack. Behold the stats and we shall move on. Traits are Construct, Siege Attacker, Causes Fear, and Terror. And I tend not to mention it, but Wounds matters if super low health. Just makes things harder for you. In the Redline skills, it is Master Charioteers at 3 pips, which provides melee attack plus 8, a huge boost. Charge bonus plus 12 flat, and reload time reduction 8%, so the auto attack fires faster. Rank 7 and better benefit from Ancient Stone for plus 5 leadership, plus 12% weapon strength. That one matters nicely. And spell resistance 15% for good measure. For the tech tree, in the 6th Dynasty, Hearts of Stone would add plus 10 to leadership. The Lost Gold of Alcarad gives armor plus 10, melee defense plus 5, and missile strength plus 15% to shore up all the potential weaknesses. And the Patronage gives plus 1 to unit capacity. Other ways are Thutep of the 3rd Dynasty, Necrotex, and, well, once this patronage is researched, you can get an extra Warsphinx from the Tier 5 version of the building, and combined with the normal benefit, a total of physical resistance plus 2% for each of those Tier 5 buildings. So how do we use the Khemrian Warsphinx? It's basically a hybrid between a super chariot and a single entity monster. So abuse the charges, abuse punching through thin lines and circling around, and beyond that, just do the best you can. It's fast enough to crash into archer lines, it's armor-piercing, and so will show no respect for dwarfs, and just in general, rewards you for using it more effectively. It's not that it has much for weaknesses, it's just not as stupidly strong in every aspect of the fight. If you spec into chariots, and if you do, you might want archer chariots to take advantage of all the backs the kitty gets turned from the attention its adorable nature gathers. You have such a big increase to melee attack that even a lot of cavalry will get mauled by one. And unlike the Necrosphinx, its animations are intended for lower height targets, so mass cavalry won't be able to hide. It's not as efficient as crashing over infantry, but so what? If you're winning, you don't care. Just keep in mind that specialized tools are there for anti-large for a good reason. Work with them, work with your spellcasters, and you should prosper. Take care, and have fun watching your cat come home with the enemy lord as a present.